All right.
This meeting is being recorded.
All right. We have everyone in. So can you all hear me? Yeah? Okay. There we go. So it's so nice to meet you all. If Lori, I'm going to try and also make you a co-host if that's all right.
Sure.
And that way, if you could just keep an eye on anyone who's trying to come in, that would be very helpful.
Sure.
So I want to thank everyone for being here today and really taking this time out time out of your busy schedules to create a life that you love, because that's really what a dream board is all about, or a vision board. It's about getting in the vibration of the life that you would love living. And just a real quick introduction of who I am. My name is Mindy 𝗕𝗁. I'm a certified life coach. I'm a dream builder coach and a life mastery consultant with the Brave Thinking Institute. The Brave Thinking Institute was developed by a lady, her name is 𝗕𝗏𝗁𝗁. And Mary is one of the leading founders, I should say, of the modern age coaching in this, they call it transformational coaching. It's a little bit of metaphysical, a lot of brain science. And so it's all around the law of attraction and the other laws of the universe. So if you don't know about the other laws, there are actually many of them, and they're just like gravity. They work all the time, equally for everyone, everywhere. It's just learning how to utilize those laws, learning how to use those to your advantage. And that's what this workshop is about today. We're not cutting and pasting. We're not doing our workshops today, or our vision boards today. We're literally going to go through the workbook. And if you didn't get that, Lori did link the workbook in the chat, or maybe Jackie did. Someone linked the workbook in the chat for us. And yeah, so that'll give you something to follow along. If you don't have it printed out, that's fine. If you could just grab a notebook and follow along on the notebook, that'll be very helpful. So just a real quick rundown of who I am. Like I said, I'm a certified life coach. Oh, we have someone coming in. I'm a certified life coach. I have been coaching for a while, although only professionally for a little less than a year. I found this Dream Builder program and I fell in love with it because the results in my own life literally changed overnight when I learned these principles. I had been working in these principles for a couple of years. Bob Proctor is another name that you might recognize. He was on The Secret, and I was in one of his coaching programs. What drew me to this particular program, though, was that I felt like the way it was laid out, it really helped you to create a goal for your life. And in a few short weeks, literally, having a life around your passions, those things that you love to do, and operating on the principle that we are spiritual beings having a physical experience. So we really get in touch with our intuition or our soul's calling, or whatever you would like to call that. So that's my journey. I've been in self-development or personal development work for over 12 years. Started this work after a very dark period in my own personal life, a period when I was dealing with depression, loss of income. I lost both my parents in a short period of time. Just a lot of things happened, right? And suddenly found myself in this place where I just felt like I was just trying to come up for air. And personal development, I found that. But what I found was I'd often go to those big seminars, like I walked on the hot coals, I broke an arrow on my esophagus, I have chopped the boards with my hand. I mean, you name it, I've done it. And I'd leave the seminar and I'd just go back to being me, because no matter where I went, I was always taking me. I discovered in this work 2 years ago that there is actually a science behind this. We're actually reprogramming our neuro pathways. And I had a little trouble with the whole just being a woo-woo type of thing, which is kind of what I thought the secret was, as compared to the scientific part. You know, my analytical mind needed something to grasp onto. So when I realized this is all science, it's all brain science, and we're reprogramming those neuro pathways, just like you would change your route on your GPS if you're going somewhere and you find that there's a roadblock. When we find that we have roadblocks in our life, we can change that programming just like we would on the GPS. So that's who I am. And we only have an hour and a half. Otherwise, I would love to get to know each and every one of you. And hopefully we'll get a chance to do that at some point. The workbook there, again, you should have gotten it in an email or it's in the chat. So go ahead and, just follow along on that if you can. But if not, the replay will be available for 7 days. And again, we're not creating the workbook. What we're doing is we're utilizing the tools. Sorry, if I don't follow my notes, I'll be all over the place. So that's why you see me looking away once in a while. We're utilizing the tools to get in a vibrational match with our dreams or with those things that we would like to create in our life. So if you have your workbook in front of you, I would like you to turn to page 3. And this is the Wheel of Life. Now you'll see this, if you were to Google it, you'll see different versions of it. But I wanted this broke down so that we could cover a few areas, and then we're going to break it down even a little bit further after this. So if you're looking at this Wheel of Life, and if you don't have it printed, you can draw this up on a piece of paper easily enough, or even just rate 1 to 10 or 0 to 10, I should say, in the different areas of your life. And, we get so caught up in our daily day-to-day life and just making a living and feeding the kids or, whatever it is that we have to do, that we don't create our life with intention. So a vision board and knowing how to use the vision board is going to help you create that life with intention. So that's really what this is all about. 𝗕𝗶𝘀𝗶𝘁𝗲, the founder of the program that I coach, is she always says most people spend more time planning a 2-week vacation than they do planning their life. Now stop and think about that. Has your life happened by default, or have you intentionally planned it? Have there been periods of your life that you intentionally planned and then you fell back into default? So what we do with the vision board is we come into alignment on a daily basis with the life that we would love to live and those dreams and those experiences. So I would like for everyone to just take a minute. And when you look at this wheel, what you're going to see is 0 at the midpoint and 10 at the top. And I can try and share my screen, but there again, bear with me. Yeah, I don't have that one pulled up. Hopefully you have it in front of you though. And if you do, you'll see there again, 0 at the midpoint, 10 being the best, like you've got that area of your life covered. So I'd like you to just take a minute and go ahead and put a dot, like where are you physically? Are you 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10? Then go to your mental health. Think about this as mental and emotional, like how quick can you, let's say, make a decision? How quick are you mentally? Do you have a lot of negative talk in your own head? Or, are you like always like, oh, I can't, that kind of thing, and rate yourself there mentally and emotionally. Now your career and your finances. When you look at this, like what kind of satisfaction are you getting out of your current line of work that you're doing? How is the money that you're bringing in from that? And rate yourself there again, 0 to 10. Your learning and your growth. This one, we don't realize how important it is after we maybe get out of high school or college or whatever it might be. But this is actually one of the most important areas of your life. Like I said, I spent 12 years in the personal development realm. And my life, even though the first 10 years was kind of hit and miss, the last 2 years, I've seen this exponential growth, right? So learning and growth can be in many areas. It could be in your business. It could be in personal development. It could be in a passion that you have. Like, are you always striving to learn something? Social and cultural. So what's your social life like? Do you have a community? Do you have a community of like-minded thinkers, or do you have a community of people who kind of bring you down a little bit, or they gossip too much, or they have a lot of negativity? Love and relationships. So this isn't just our romantic partners. This is everything. Like, who are those people that we're around when we go to work? What are those relationships like? How about with our children or our parents or our extended family, our friends? What is that like for you? Do you feel a lot of love in your life? Kimmy, we're on page 3. And if anybody sees something on the chat that I don't see, please feel free to hop in and answer. Sometimes I get caught up in talking. I'm really good at talking. So then family and friends, there again, this is an extension of the love and relationships, but like, really, is it a deep, are you having good conversations, deep conversations? And then you want to go to your spirituality. Where are you on that? Do you believe in a higher power, or at least in your soul's calling? Do you believe that there's an inner being within you that's calling for more? And how are you honoring that every day? Because a lot of us, there again, we get so caught up in the moment of the everyday things that we have to do, we forget about that part, right? And then your physical health. What is your physical health like? Are you in a body that can do the things that you want to do? Can you climb those mountains? Can you, can you do yoga if that's something you want to do? Do you feel good in your body? Do you wake up feeling energized, or do you wake up tired? Look at your physical body as everything. And do you have the health that you want to do or would like to have? And then what I want you to do is connect those dots. Now, I doubt if very many people, myself included, have a nice smooth circle of dots, right? But think about this. If you were on a bicycle and this was your bicycle tire, how far would you go? Most of us would have a pretty bumpy ride at this point, and it would look very uphill. So the goal is to start getting these dots closer to that 8 to 10 range in all areas of your life. And we're going to break this down even further. And you don't have to write this down right now, or you can if you'd like, but we're really going to break this down into 4 main quadrants. Our health and well-being, that's emotional, spiritual, physical. Our relationships, and like I said, that's all the relationships. Our career or our passion. It can be one and the same. So I'm very passionate about what I do, but I also have passions outside of my career. And then time and money freedom. When you think about your time and money freedom, I want you to consider, do you have the time and the money to do the things that you love to do when you want to do them with whoever you want to do them with? So let's say, like, for instance, I am hosting a retreat in Costa Rica in January around mindset, health and well-being. If you said, Mindy, I want to be on that retreat, could you go to your bank account and buy the plane ticket? So we get to work on that, right? I see Floor shaking her head no, and that's what we get to work on. Oops, I'm sorry. I think I had my iPad laying on the on my computer there, so you might have heard some weird noises. So what we're going to do today is we're going to learn to ask the right questions of what it is that we want in a life that we would love to live. We're going to really check in with our values, discover our purpose, like why are we here? And we're going to discover those things that are holding us back. That's those things in your subconscious mind that you may not even be aware of. Bob Proctor and Mary Morrissey call these our paradigms. But what it is it is subconscious blocks. So we have a conscious mind, our thinking mind. That's the analytical side of us, right? and then our subconscious mind. And the thing is, subconscious mind is, I always compare it to like a computer. You know, it comes, when we come to this earth, we're an empty computer. We don't have any preconceived notions. We don't have any blocks. We're just an open computer, right? And those programs start coming on from our parents, our, you know, siblings, our friends, our, you know, clergy, our teachers, neighbors, you name it. And pretty soon we start getting programs on the computer. Well, some of those are faulty. You know, some are serving us well and some are holding us back. So we're really going to discover what those might be. And, you know, for any of those of you that are on this call who have ever been going for a goal and you just couldn't quite get there and it felt like something was just always missing for you, or like you just couldn't figure out like how, that's what this is going to help you discover. Like, I know for myself in my own personal life, I had taken on a career venture and I just could not make it work. I came from being one of the top realtors in my area back in the day to all of a sudden I couldn't make anything work in my life. And I discovered it was this faulty program that I had going on. So, you know, I felt like I was on the hamster wheel every day, just doing the same thing and actually not progressing my life forward. So when I got off of that hamster wheel, my life just unfolded in such a way that like all of a sudden things just happened that didn't seem even possible. Like I bought a house in the historic district of St. Augustine, Florida, which is a beautiful, one of the nation's oldest cities. I have somebody coming in. That, you know, I didn't expect that to happen. And then a year and a half later, I manifested a house in Costa Rica, and that's where I am today, is sitting here in Costa Rica, absolutely in love with my life. So these are things that I couldn't have expected. I couldn't have necessarily scripted the life that I now lead. But because I was always walking toward my passion, well, I shouldn't say always, the last 2 years, I've been walking toward my passion, and these things just started to come into place for me. And that's what life gets to be like. It gets to be like a fun game. So page 4, my accomplishments. So if you could turn to this page and just really look at, and I want you to take a minute and write down, like, what are some of the accomplishments that you've had in your personal life? Oh, okay, Angela, no problem. And you're very welcome. She had to run, but yeah, we are going to have the replay up for 7 days. So hopefully those of you who might have to jump off or whatever, we'll be able to get the replay. But if you can stay on, the energy is just better because we are going to be very interactive here in just a little bit. But your accomplishments. So what we're doing is we're acknowledging those things that we have created in our life that so often we forget, right? And I want you to look across the board at different areas of your life. So for instance, maybe you just raised really good kids, right? Maybe they're just really awesome human beings. Maybe, you know, you got your high school diploma and that was a big deal. Maybe you've got your college or your master's or your doctorate, whatever that might be. Maybe you started a business. Maybe it's that you've just been showing up your whole life and showing up just doing really great things, right? Like I see Lori on here, she's done so much all over the world, like working with disaster relief and, you know, like traveling the world. That's a big deal. I hiked the Inca Trail. I'm pretty darn proud of that. I did it at like 51, I believe. You know, it was a 4-day hike. I'm from Florida. I was hiking in mountains that are 14,000 feet. You know, I came from 5 feet above sea level. So I was pretty darn proud of myself. I learned yoga at 49, stood on my head, well, 49 and a half, stood on my head on my 50th birthday for the first time since I was 18. So really think outside of the box. What are some really, I learned how to surf at 45, I think. You know, what are some amazing things that you've done? And then what have you accomplished in your career? Like I said, back in the day, you know, I had an amazing real estate career. And even during my my next career, which I worked in conjunction with my real estate career, I did some amazing things in that business. And now in my coaching business, you know, so look at different areas and different careers and what have you done that you can really be proud of? You know, and if you're working for someone else, like, you know, maybe you're supporting someone that you can be really proud of what you've done there and supporting, you know, your coworkers, maybe the person that you work for or the company. And then other amazing accomplishments. Like I said, I'm really proud, you know, that I learned how to surf in my 40s because it literally was one of the hardest sports I've ever learned how to do. And, you know, learning yoga at 49 and a half. I'd love to take some shares. So I am going to ask anyone who would like to do this. And I need to figure out how to unpin myself. So I apologize, guys. So you can come on and share. All right, I've got Floor. Who wants to come on? There. Oh, look, I figured it out.
Yay. Yeah, so are we starting with the first one with the accomplishments, like my accomplishments?
Yeah, just share one or two accomplishments that you're really proud of.
Being an improv instructor for the Boys and Girls Club.
Oh, nice.
It was nerve-wracking, but I did it.
Yay. And you were helping boys and girls out at the same time, right?
Yeah, giving them the opportunity to be playful, be themselves, self-expressed.
That's
the mission for that, yeah.
Very cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anything else you'd like to share? No? Oh, awesome. Thank you so much for coming on. All right, Jay.
So I have a bunch of them, but one of the things that's like standing out to me right now is when I was in India in my like second last year of college, I had to take 18 exams and they were all like pretty much back to back. And they were all like some like math and physics exams and all of that. And I took on a lot of things during my college, like astronomy club, military thing and all of that. So I could never like attend classes. Teachers would like try to like, you know, put me down and fail me and all of that. But like at that time, I don't know, something happened. Like I just like looked at all the courses, all the previous exams and like, okay, these are the type of questions that can come in the exams. Just studied all of that. I'm studying from the back, like studying the summary of the chapter and then like from the last to front. So like in this way, like you get the summary first, so everything feels easier. And I cleared all the exams in one go, which is like rare and like that's like something stands out.
That is amazing, right? And
yeah.
And look at the way that Floor and Jay are smiling while they were talking about this, right? You know what that is? You're getting in vibrational match, right? If you can be with a vibrational match of those things that you've accomplished, if you can keep that feeling and bring it into those things that you want to accomplish, like manifestation on fire right there. So thank you so much for sharing that. And that is huge. 18 exams. And his teachers wanted to flunk him. So yeah, thank you so much for sharing. All right, and we've got Cammie up here. So let's see. And I don't know how to get you off, Jay. Oh, I don't know how to remove you. So anyhow, Cammie, yes, would you share with us while I'm trying to figure this out?
I went to Hawaii by myself and created the whole trip, and it was so miraculous. And I didn't know I would fall in love with sea turtles, and then I painted the sea turtle, like the picture that I took. So now I've created this whole, like, I don't know what you call it, mission or whatever, of going to different places that have sea turtles. And yeah, it's like nothing I would have imagined had I not been in Hawaii at the very place that I was at.
And see how Cammie's face is lit up, talking about what she loves, right? So that's what we learn how to do. We learn to talk about what we love, and we stop talking about what we don't love about our life. So we're going to get to some of that later on in this, but thank you so much for sharing, Cammie. That was great. And just so everyone knows, she went to Hawaii from Wheeling, West Virginia. They are a world apart. That's probably what, a 7-hour trip? If you went
No, it was a lot longer than that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I don't know how many, I forget, but it's a lot longer.
Yeah. If you're somewhere else in the world, it's quite the trip, right? So yeah, and it was a big deal. So thank you so much for sharing. And I still haven't been to Hawaii, but I can't wait to go since I've been talking to you. So so thank you, everyone. And we're going to do this throughout the workshop here is share, because it helps to bring up the vibration. So let's go ahead and move on to page 5. Now, I want you to think of the reasons why you have to do this. And the reason is we really want to go deep. Now, a lot of us will be like, oh, because I'm tired of being broke. You know what? There's actually levels deeper than that. And there's an exercise I do. And if anybody ever wants to do it, just let me know. It's called 7 Levels Deep. It's actually Tony Robbins and 𝗕𝗏𝘁𝗶𝘁𝗲 do this as well. And when you do the 7 levels deep, you get down to that why that makes you cry, right? And so I really want you to think about the real reasons. Sometimes it's because you failed at something and you really just want to be able to hold your head up again, right? Maybe it's because you just want one thing in your life that you can be proud of. You know, maybe it's to take care of your aging parents. Maybe it's to be able to travel the world. So go ahead and take a minute and just jot down a couple reasons. And then at another point, you know, when you're on your own and you're going back through this before you do your vision board, I'd really like you to go deeper. Like, and just keep asking yourself, why? You know, and if it's like, well, because I'm tired of being broke. Well, why am I tired of being broke? And then answer that question. And maybe it's because I can never do what I want to do. Well, then go deeper. Well, why am I tired of not being able to do what I want to do? And if you keep going down and down and down, that's the 7 levels deep. And sometimes it's easier to have an accountability partner asking you, because it helps you to really get down to that deepest level. Sometimes it's kind of like my yoga instructor. I have a yoga instructor here in Costa Rica. I have one who's amazing. She's more about the energy, and we do a little qigong, I think it is, along with it. And then I have another yoga instructor who pushes us physically harder than I would ever push myself physically. Like when I'm doing it on YouTube, I usually check out during that time, right? And so like having somebody to help you with the 7 levels deep will help you go to those deeper levels that you might not push yourself to. So let's go ahead and move on to page 6. And this is where we're really looking into, where are we in our life right now? Are you happy with your life right now? And this is where we're really going to dig into what is it about our life that we are happy with or what we're not happy with. So think about the things that you love in your life, because this is gonna, there again, just like a minute ago when we had everyone on talking about, you know, what they're proud of in the past that they've created, we can talk about what we have now, because gratitude is the highest form of manifestation. When you can learn to be in daily gratitude, literally for everything that you have in your life, the good, the bad, and the ugly, you can start to manifest faster than you ever dreamed. We're raising that frequency. Gratitude is a form of love. So what do you love about your life right now? Now think about the things in your life that you would like to improve. Maybe it's your bank account. Maybe it's your health. Maybe it's your relationships. You know, when you go to work, are you going into a toxic environment? Or are you going into a joyous environment where you really love the people that you're working with? What about your home life? You know, is there a lot of drama in your house? Or is it nice and peaceful? Is there a lot of laughter? Is there fun? What about your health? There again, are you happy with your emotional health? Or do you find yourself being that person that gets angry in traffic? Angry at your coworkers, angry at the news, angry at the government, whatever government that might be. And things that you dislike about your life, things that you would like to change. And there again, these are similar, like it could be drama in your house. Could be anger. Maybe you have some internal anger. Maybe it's you have a lot of negative self-talk. Maybe you wake up crying a lot. Maybe you wake up in pain, emotional or physical. Maybe there's something spiritually that you feel like it's missing. You know, you wake up and you just feel like every day is empty. Are you working too much? Or like me, when I was trying to launch my second business, you know, I was working all the time, or at least I felt like I was, but I just kept hitting roadblocks. You know, just one after another after another. You know, what is there in your life that you feel like you're kind of living Groundhog Day with? And it's just never changing. And you don't see how it would ever change. And I see some of you still working, so I'm just going to give you a minute to go ahead and go through that. Anybody have anything that you'd like to share around that? No?
Wait, say the question one more time. I got distracted.
I'm sorry?
Say the question one more time.
I was just asking if anyone would like to share around this self-reflection page on these items.
I definitely do, but Jay raised his hand first before I did, so.
That's all right. You're already off mute, so let's go ahead and take you, and then we'll get Jay.
Yeah, so you definitely, I don't know if you were just thinking about me or just seeing me, but angry is definitely the thing that I would love to, like, you know, alter. Yeah, and my parents not getting along. Those are some things that I would love to not be there.
Yeah.
Something that I am, so something that what's the word? The first one, the good one. The good one that I'm happy about, the one that I really love and care about is like my siblings.
Your what?
My siblings, my brothers and my sister.
Oh,
nice. They're just awesome. They make me laugh. They're just incredible people most of the time.
Nice. Well, I love that. And just yesterday, Flora and I talked about an exercise, and everyone might want to take this on, right? If there's those people in your life who might be fighting or whatever, you know, there's some friction there. Find the good in them for 24 hours. When you see the negative, switch it to the positive. Okay, I see them fighting. Well, they're very passionate people. You know, like, they have some very strong opinions, right? and start to find the good, you know, kind of lean out of the negative and lean into the good, right? And just try it for 24 hours and see what you think the next day, like do journal around that. So thank you so much for sharing. And let me see if I can figure out how to do this. Remove pin. Look at that. Jay.
So everything that I love about my life are also the things that I would like to improve. I can see it to improve. And but like my brother, I love him so much. Like it's just like perfect, the best. And things that I dislike about my life, there are certain things that like have been like super consistent and like I still like can't see changing is like first like I want to gain weight, especially around my upper body strength. And like for past 10-15 years, no matter how much ever I eat, my weight is constant. I'm unable to gain weight and I don't know how to do that. So that's, yeah. And the next is like being punctual. Like I am struggling to be punctual for pretty much all my life. And that is one thing that I want to transform. And one of the things that's like somewhere over there is like my relationship with my girlfriend. And like I feel like I'm super ahead or super like ahead, I would say, in my journey for self-growth. And a girlfriend is probably just starting or like resisting or whatever there is. And then it just sometimes feel like this is hopeless or like things like that. So these are just three things.
And so a couple of things. So talking about your weight. So you probably have what I call the blinders on when it comes to that. Like you're not seeing some of the other things that you could do. And there's probably many women on this call who would love to change places with you in a second on that. But yeah, so you've got your blinders on and you can't see what you can't see, right? And I live in a historic area there. Again, my house in Florida is in a historic area. So they have the horses and carriages going around the town, taking the tourists by the bayfront and that kind of thing, and by all these historical buildings. Well, the horses have to wear these blinders so that if something comes at the side, they're not going to get spooked, right? So that's what happens in our life. Like when I was in my real estate career, I couldn't see anything else. Then I got in my second career. I was a hard no to becoming a life coach. I was a hard no. And so, I had my blinders on. But when I took the blinders off, when I heard that still small voice that said, you need to do this, I listened for the first time probably in my life. And so there's something with that your blinders are on. Now you said, what was the second thing?
Punctuality.
Oh, punctuality. That's your paradigm.
Yeah.
That's your paradigm. That just is right now, those neural pathways in your brain are hardwired to not be punctual. And
Yeah.
with a little bit of tweak in your thinking, you can be punctual at all times, right? And then as far as your girlfriend, that's just, like she's on her own journey, right? And you can't let that frustrating to you. It's learning to be with those people that we're with. And oftentimes when you're in this work, you'll find yourself light years above or beyond where your partner is. They might be on the first step of that walkway and you're 100 feet down from them, right?
Yeah.
A mile. But, like that's something that they get to work out. And they, if they're willing to get on that journey with you or not willing to get on it. And that's between each relationship, So yeah, learning to just, honor the fact that she's stepping on the path is really a big deal. So thank you for sharing that.
Thanks.
You're welcome. And we've got Lori. And
Hi, just real quick, I was going to say that one of the things I would really like to change, but I feel is deeply, deeply embedded in me, is not putting myself first, which I think probably a lot of people do. But I think between the career I have had, and I'm the younger of twins and the youngest in the family, so I'm not great at focusing on what I want. So
yeah.
that's a big, big thing I think I'm going to be facing in this journey.
So I have someone on this call who did my first 12-week program a few months ago. And on our last day, we were talking about, putting ourselves first and that type of thing. And she said, this was a gift. This coaching program was a gift that she gave to herself, right? And so for 12 weeks, putting yourself first. And it'll, at the end of the 12 weeks, what happens is it becomes a habit.
Exactly.
And so the studying in the morning. So for those of you who don't know, Lori is actually in the 12-week program. And so she's putting herself first for this 12 weeks, right? It's hard for her when the stray dogs come around because she wants to adopt them all.
My own dog.
Yes, exactly. She's a dog lover. But yeah, so for the next 12 weeks, this will become a program that you've hardwired into your brain. So I'm glad you brought that up. It was a great teaching moment. So thank you. And we'll bring Cammie on real quick. Oh, I'm getting quite proficient with this pen. All right.
What are we sharing again?
Oh, just on page 6, is it 6? Let me see. 7. No, it's not 7, it's 6. I forget what we're sharing. Are we in 6? Yeah, what you love about your life, or what you would want to change, or what you dislike about your life.
Well, what I want to change is that feels like it's going to take a miracle is having as I don't even know how to say it, having an amazing relationship with my future husband and having a family. And that's something I've wanted for a long time. And so I feel like that is so, oh my gosh, like beliefs, history, genetics, like it's a lot of stuff. And also working on it too.
But okay, so a couple things there. Holding only what you want in your mind, right? Holding only your dream in your mind, like what would I love? What would I love? Well, this is what I would love. And so you don't want to think about what you don't currently have. And we'll get into this a little bit later, so I'm glad you brought this up. But we're really going to hold on to the idea, what would I love my life to look like? And this is how we're going to create our vision board around what we would love. The second thing is, and this, please don't answer, just accept the coaching here. What is your relationship with yourself? And I would ask every one of you to really look at that. Like, are you in love with yourself? Because if you're not in love with yourself, you can't possibly give it to someone else. And so we really want to take a deep look at, am I accepting myself whole and complete exactly as I am today? So thank you. Thank you for sharing. And that was a really nice, deep question that I might actually add into this workbook. So because I think it's super important. So thank you, Cammie. All right, so let's go ahead and move on. And now we're on page 7. We're still in some self-reflection here. And so we'll take a couple minutes to fill out these questions. But what is most important to me right now? So when I was raising my baby twin girls, and I had toddlers as a single mom, one hanging on each leg, and a son who was not behaving very good for a 15 or 16-year-old, whatever he was. What was important to me was very different than what is important to me today, right? So it's really going to depend on where you are in your phase of life. You know, is getting your career off the ground important to you? Is there a passion that you like? Cammie is a beautiful artist. Like, her artwork is just absolutely amazing. You know, is that important to you right now? Or is it finding the family, you know, meeting the man that or woman that you've been looking for? What is it that if you were to lay your head down on the pillow for the last time, if you accomplish just one thing, you could say, wow, you know what, that made my life worth every minute of it, right? And we talk about this idea quite a bit. You know, we really want to think about, you know, at the end of the day, when you lay your head down on the pillow for the last time, you know, is it really the amount of money in your bank account that you're going to care about? You know, is it, you know, whatever it might be for you? Like, what is it that's really going to have made an impact? The second question, what is one area that if I reach my goal would impact many other areas of my life? So many times for a lot of people, this is health, you know, your health and well-being. If you're emotionally in a spiral, if you wake up and you're sad, if you're crying a lot, if you're in a depression, if you have a physical body that's in pain, or you're dealing with an illness, that might be the most important thing that you can deal with right now, right? And you know, by cleaning that up, by getting your health under control, by getting your emotions under control, by getting your feelings or whatever it might be, or depression, that your life is going to change in a big way. See, we have to eat this elephant one bite at a time, right? So time and money freedom, you know, if you're living in a healthy body and you have a career that you love, but your bank account is still not really showing up the way you would like it to, then maybe time and money freedom is what is most important to you. Maybe it's love and relationships. Maybe your emotional health is great. Your physical health is great. You're doing pretty good in your career. You're happy with your bank account. And now you'd like to meet that special someone. Not to complete you. We don't look for someone to fill our cup up. We look for someone who we can be a partner with in life, right? We're looking for someone who might be able to have, well, not just might, is able to have those types of conversations that we love, right? Maybe have some things in common, like maybe you're both beach people, or maybe you're both hikers, and still have separate things as well. And there was another area that I missed in there. So health and well-being, time and money freedom, love and relationships, and our career and our passion. You know, my career impacts people all over the world. Like, I love what I do. I'm super passionate about it. And I knew that by working on my career, that the rest would start to follow, right? But my career is also in personal development, so I get to study this every single day and share it. And, you know, like, that is something that lit me up. So, you know, when I first started in this coaching, this was the most important thing for me. So it's going to be different at different times in your life. And then, what legacy do I want to leave or be remembered for? So we make the mistake of thinking that we're going to live forever, right? We only have so many minutes in the day, only so many minutes in the year, only so many minutes in our lifetime. And none of us know how many minutes those are, right? So what do you want to be remembered for in the minutes that you were here on this earth? You know, who do you want to be when you walk into a room? Do you want to be the person who brings love and light into a room? Or do you want to be known as the person who was always in a bad mood, was always crying, was always, woe is me, talking about your past. Who do you want to be when you walk into the room? Because that energy is contagious. I use the example, you walk into an empty room, and the empty room is neutral, right? You walk in and you're just in a crappy mood, and you bring your crappy mood into this room, right? And it's just you and your crappy mood. And now you've got a room full of yuck, right? Bad energy, low vibes. Or then I should say, your friend walks into the room and your friend is just like, oh, high vibing. They're walking in and they're like in the best mood ever. Whoever's energy is the strongest is the one who's going to create the energy of that room, right? So if you, with your crappy mood energy, is stronger than the high vibe person, chances are you're both going to end up being in a crappy mood. But when you do this work, when you work with gratitude every single day, when you walk toward your dreams every day, when you create a life first in your mind, on your vision board, that you love living, even if you're not living it right now, but emotionally, mentally, you can see it in your mind. And if you're walking toward that dream every day, that bad mood energy can't touch you. And so your friend is going to walk away, or, if you're the one who came in with the good energy, your friend's going to walk away in a better mood. Is that the legacy that you want to leave? And that's a choice. You get to choose which energy you're going to be in every single day, every single minute of every single day, despite the circumstances in your life. So one of my favorite quotes from Buddha is, if somebody hands you a gift, but you don't take that gift, who does the gift belong to? So I like to think of it like this. If somebody hands you the gift of anger, here, have my gift of anger. And I'm like, no, thank you, I don't want it. Who does the anger stay with? The person who tried to give it to you. If they try to hand you the gift of their drama, no, thank you, I don't want your drama, right? You keep it. Now let's turn it around. What if they give you the gift of love? Oh, let's share that gift. That's a gift we can spread, right? And there again, it's a choice. So like I said, that's one of my favorite quotes. And yeah, so just keep in mind, what gifts are you giving to the people in your circle, right? And what gifts are you giving to yourself? Looks like everybody's ready to move on. So page 8, we're still on a little bit of self-reflection here. And the first question, how do I want to grow? Now think about this, like, do you want to grow your business knowledge in some area? Do you want to have a deeper understanding of the universal laws? Those things that we're talking about right here. I'm just not giving them names right now. Do you want to grow your mindset so that you can be that person who brings the light into the room and the calmness into the room? Do you want to grow your health and well-being in some way? Is there something that you want to learn? And then next is, what is my passion or passions? So this is a discovery process. A lot of people, when they first start doing this work, they don't know what they're passionate about. They don't know what their purpose is, but it's a discovery process. Most of us don't find it in a minute. It usually takes a little bit of time. So being able to be with the time that it takes, not getting upset, at yourself for not knowing your purpose or passion, but look at some of the things that you might be passionate about right now. So I knew I was passionate about empowering men and women with mindset work. Like I knew that. I also knew that I was passionate about helping people discover what's holding them back in, say, their careers or whatever it might be, because I know that if you can help a family change their financial situation and their mindset, both, you can impact like literally generations, right? We're breaking generational curses when we can step out of some of that stuff. My son ended up getting into trouble as a young man. He got into drugs, ended up in prison. Because of me being in this work for so long, I have been able to really help him, even though he's behind bars. I have been able to help him change his mindset, right? And today he's getting his degree at actually the same college I went to in Ohio, even though he's behind bars, right? So bringing this work to prisons is something I'm very passionate about. Homelessness. I lived in Orlando, Florida for a short period of time. I moved from a little beach town to a high rise in downtown Orlando. Had no idea how rampant the homeless population was, and that there were so many people sleeping in the rain or in the heat with their head on the cement. I'm very passionate about that, right? So look at some of the areas where you have something that just, pardon my language here, but maybe it makes you slam your hand down on the table and say, hell no, not on my time, right? That's a passion. And then the last question, what will give me happiness and peace? So one of the things that gives me happiness and peace is living in Costa Rica. Like I love it. 7 months ago, I didn't know that. I manifested this house when I came on a vacation. I didn't know how much I was going to love Costa Rica until I got here. I manifested this house literally a month after the plane landed. And I was staying here for a 3-month vacation. My goal was to travel the world for 3 months at a time, which I'm still going to do. I just wanted to get settled into my new house and my new life. But what else brings you peace? Like meditation brings me peace. Yoga, I love yoga. I love being in nature, hiking. Maybe art, maybe writing, maybe sports. Maybe you just I used to love surfing. I live in the mountains now, so I don't surf so much. But yeah, so what is it that gives you just that peace of mind? There was a time in my life where just sitting on my back patio with a journal, because that's what I needed at that time, right? Sometimes we don't have to look too far outside of ourselves. Page 9. How would I like to contribute to the community or to the world? And I just went over some of this. So, we know Lori loves dogs, right? Like I said, prisons, like giving this work to prison families, but also other marginalized communities. Any community that I can help bring this mindset work to is a big deal. Like I just spoken with the group 𝗕𝗏𝘁𝗶. I think I got all of the initials. Maybe there's more. I just spoke in front of a group a few weeks ago, and I really had an impact. And so other marginalized communities, battered women, that kind of thing. Here in Costa Rica, there was an incident. We're kind of remote and small town, and a young man ended up dying because we didn't have an ambulance that could get to him fast enough, right? So being able to tithe to the community and actually tithe an ambulance, to donate that to the community is now a passion of mine. I can't do it today, but I'm going to have that on my vision board, right? So what is a passion? And just know, we didn't come here to just survive. We came to thrive and to help others thrive. What do you like to do for fun? And I think we've went over some of that already. Like I said, I love surfing, hiking, yoga. Some of you love painting, writing. Some people love working out. They love going to the gym. I'm not a fan, not gonna lie. Um, you know, some of you love cooking. Maybe you're writing a book. And then the last question is, what are some of your health goals? And again, we went over some of this, but I really want you to think about mind, body, soul, the whole ball of wax, like your emotions. Is your mind clear? Can you make decisions quickly? Can you cut those negative things out of your life because they're not serving you? What about your body? How do you feel? Like I said, some of it may feel repetitive, but trust me, at the end of this, it's all going to add up. And then page 10, what emotions? So this is the most important part that I really want you to understand about your vision board, because your vision board is all about the emotions that you have around it. In one of my careers, and I have several streams of income. So in one of my careers, I could have earned a car, right? And so for years, I had this car on my vision board. But because I didn't know how to be in the energy of the vision board, it just irritated the crap out of me. Like I'd walk by it and I'd go, well, I haven't got the car yet, right? Well, that is not how you manifest, okay? So you do not manifest when your vision board is pissing you off, okay? So you really need to be in high vibe and feel your vision board and feel as if you have it today. So what emotions do you want to experience? Do you want peace? Do you want joy? Do you want fun? Do you want connection? How about love? Do you want to feel like excitement and passion? Put a name to those emotions and look in those 4 areas: your health and well-being, your career and your passions, your love and relationships, and your time and money freedom. So when you go back to work on this, just for sake of time, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it today, but when you go back to finish your workbook, I really want you to look in those 4 areas and what do you want to feel in all 4 of those areas, right? Then the next question, what kind of person do I want to be? And again, you can go back to the legacy. What kind of legacy do you want to leave? Well, what kind of person do I want to be? Are you living by your values? And what are your values? Have you ever stopped to think about it? Honesty, integrity, family, harmony, maybe being a person who can give. Maybe you're just very generous. Maybe you're trustworthy. Like, what are some of your personal values? And you can Google this. You can bring up a list of values, and that might actually help you to align with what your values are. Are you the kind of mom or dad or aunt or uncle or brother or sister who gets to take, the family on trips? Or you get to give those extravagant Christmas presents or holiday gifts or birthday presents, whatever it might be, right? Are you the one that gets to pay for the kids to go for a trip to Disney? Whatever it is for you, like really look at what kind of person do you want to be? And again, what kind of energy do you want to bring into the room? Do you want to bring happiness, joy, love, kindness, generosity, all those values? Do you want to bring that into the room every time you walk into the room? Like, I mean, every time you walk into the room. And even if you're in the room by yourself. Because really that's where it all starts. It all starts with internally bringing it into yourself, right? And then page 11. So this is where we really get to start dreaming big. And I'm going to do a little breathing exercise with you and also help you step into your future here in just a minute. But we're going to bring those emotions, experiences, and things that we want to attract into our life into the present moment. So this exercise that I'm going to do with you is we're going to close our eyes and we're going to take, I call it take six, calm the circuits. Well, actually, that's what 𝗕𝗎 calls it. He does this exercise every hour, but we're going to do ours a little differently today because this one, I really want to help you to bring in calmness and peace and that kind of thing. So I want everyone, if you don't mind, to close your eyes. We're going to breathe in through our nose to the count of 4 and breathe out through our mouth as if we're breathing through a straw to the count of 5. And when we come out of the deep breathing exercise, you can keep your eyes closed or you can open your eyes, but we're going to step into the year 2025. And if I had a magic wand today and I tapped each one of you on the head with my magic wand, and everything you put on your vision board would come true. Age isn't a thing, time isn't a thing, your current circumstances are not a thing. You have all the money, all the freedom, all the time to do whatever it is that you want to do in the world. And I'm the friend who hasn't seen you since 2022, right? So we're going to step into the year 2025, 3 years from now. And you could have created, and I don't want you to think small, I want you to think big here. You could have created anything that you wanted to create in that 3 years. And so if you're ready for that, we are going to step into this time machine, into the year 2025. So go ahead and close your eyes. And everyone take a deep breath in through your nose. And I want you to breathe in calmness. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now breathe out through your mouth and breathe out anxiety and stress. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take another deep breath in, and I want you to breathe in just belief and love. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now breathe out through your mouth, and this time you're breathing out any doubt or fear. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One last deep breath in, and I want you to breathe in abundance. Anything is possible. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out through your mouth. Any fear or doubt is being breathed out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I want you all to, you can either keep your eyes closed or open your eyes if you want to journal during this. But take one last deep breath in, and we are in the year 2025. I want you to tell me in your mind, I can't have everybody on here, but in your mind, tell me where you are in the world. You know, I haven't seen you in 3 years. Like, where are you? What are you doing? Are you traveling? Are you in your dream home? Do you have views of the ocean or the mountains? Or are you in a beautiful little cottage on a lake in the country? Where are you in the world right now? Now just really breathe that picture in, okay? Hold your hand cross your hands over your heart for a minute and take a deep breath in and really think about, where am I in the world right now? What does that look like? If you're standing in your house, what does that house look like? What's the kitchen look like? What are the views? Now really step into it. What feeling do you have while you're there? Are you feeling peace, calmness, joy? Are you watching little ones play out in the yard? Are you with your parents? Are you with your friends? Are you with your partner? Now, there again, take that deep breath in and just breathe that into your heart. If you're traveling, where are you? Where are you in the world? What are you doing? Are you on a ship? Are you on a yacht? Are you on an island somewhere? Are you hiking in the mountains? And who are you with? Are you excited to be there? How are the conversations that are going on around you right now? If you're in a cafe, let's say in Paris, can you hear all the Italians around you talking? You know, can you taste that coffee or that glass of wine? Can you smell the food? Now cross your hands across your chest again and just breathe that in. Just breathe in where you're at, the voices that you're hearing around you, the experience. Just smell the smells. Just take that in and just really like pull that into your heart. What are the emotions that you're feeling right now in this experience? Are you feeling love? Are you feeling just gratitude? Gratitude for everything that's happening right now. Are you feeling love? Are you feeling a love that's deeper than anything you've ever known? Are you feeling prosperous and abundant? Do you feel like, wow, I just bought a first-class plane ticket and I didn't have to think twice about it? What are you doing for the people around you? Whether it's your parents, your children, your friends, or who are you giving to? You know, do you have an organization that you're donating to, that you're a part of? Maybe you're taking a part of this organization and you're intimately involved. And what does that look like? Does that look like you're part of the community? Or are you more of that silent person who you give your donations and no one knows that you gave, right? Maybe you're more monetary than you are physically there doing that, right? Are you working with kids? Are you working with older people? Are you working with the underprivileged? Like, where are you making a difference in the world? And again, cross your hands over your heart and really take that in. Like, what are you feeling whenever you look at these people that you're impacting their lives? What do you feel in your heart? Now I want you to think about what you're doing for work, your career, or your passion. You know, are you writing a book? Do you have a bestseller that's been published? You know, are you creating artwork that's selling? Do you have a coaching program? Are you doing something that you love? Do you have like maybe stores or shops or real estate? Are you experiencing time and money freedom from what you've created over the last 3 years? Like, what does that time and money freedom look like for you? Is it allowing you to travel? Is it allowing you to have the house of your dreams or homes of your dreams? Is it allowing you to have the time to wake up at your leisure and to work at your leisure? You know, can you work 3 hours a day and still make $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 a month or more? What does that look like for you? And cross your hands over your heart again and just breathe that in. Like, wow, I live in an abundant world. Abundance is equally present everywhere to everyone at all times. And because I've learned how to tap into this abundance, I'm now living this life. Just breathe that in and breathe in the way it feels when you know that you can go buy anything that you want. You can do anything that you want because you've created this life. And take that in deep, deep into your heart, deep, deep into your soul. Now, if everybody could just close your eyes again, cross your hands over your chest, and we're we're going to just re-experience these emotions, and we're going to lock those into our heart. So again, just breathe in the feelings that you're feeling right now, the gratitude, the peace, the love that you're feeling, the abundance. Who did you impact over the last 3 years? Were you able to give your parents or your siblings or your friends or your children the trip of a lifetime? Take that into your heart. Are you proud of yourself? Are you in love with your life? Are you experiencing life in a way that you never dreamed possible? Are your relationships deeper, more meaningful? Does every day look more beautiful to you? So go ahead and take a deep breath in. Close your eyes, and I want you to breathe in the abundance that you just felt in this life that you're creating. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it in your heart. Hold it in. Now breathe out all the years that things didn't work out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take another deep breath in and breathe in just all the love and acceptance that you felt. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it in. Now breathe out the years of hurt and pain that you might have experienced that you've been dragging around. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, one more deep breath in, and just know that if you could see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hands. That dream is for you. You are the only person in the world with this dream. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now hold it in and lock it into your heart. Hold it. Now just breathe out a sigh of relief, knowing that everything is exactly as it's supposed to be. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, now you can come back to the year 2022. And would anyone like to share what you might have just experienced? All right, Lori.
So in 2025, I was at a film premiere of one of the screenplays that I'm working on right now, with my friends there, with the community that's represented in the film there, with us continuing not just sense of accomplishment, but a sense of community around the topic, and raising awareness and encouraging other screenwriters to keep going and to do the same, and other creatives, not just screenwriters, but to tell these stories.
Beautiful. Would you like to share with others what your screenplay is about that you're writing? Or would you rather not? You don't have to if you don't want to.
I don't want to take up the time. I don't want to take time away from anybody.
It's beautiful what she's doing. So just know and be ready for it when it comes out, because it's going live.
I exhaled a lot of fear just now.
Oh, it's so beautiful. Yeah, and it's amazing. And you can do this every day. This is an exercise that you can learn to do yourself. And you can reset anytime you feel that doubt or fear coming in. Just take a couple minutes. It's all it takes. A couple minutes, stop. You know, as soon as you feel that thought coming up or you hear that thought in your mind, just stop and breathe in the calmness, breathe in that abundance, breathe in that life, right? And then your vision board, it's going to help you align with it, as will the affirmations that we're going to learn to write. So thank you for sharing that. Jay, did you have your hand up?
I don't, but I would like to share.
Okay.
Yeah. So like first part I started with like my vision, and then later part, I don't know, I felt like I was in my nap. But
You felt like you were there?
I was in my nap.
Oh.
Like, yeah, it was so like mesmerizing. So
Wow.
the vision was around like so around my business and my family business, and which is also around health and fitness and like overall health. So, and also like finances. So I am in the endeavor of earning $1 million in 2 years, and then invest it in a motel, which is like mostly somewhere near the ocean. So mostly Florida is in the mind, and that would bring like, that would give me the citizenship over here, and I would have the freedom of time, space, and finances. And the process of marketing business is to actually have a healthy and fit life, like
Mhm.
preach what you are practice what you are preaching. So thanks.
I love that. And Lori says she loves your smile. You do have a great smile, especially when he's lit up, right? When he's excited. And Jay, if you could see it in your mind, and you know how clear you could just see it, right? Like, I
Yeah,
don't know about everyone on here, but usually when we do this exercise, you can see it as clear as if you were living it at that moment, right? And it's
yeah,
going to get more and more clear with practice, right? That's all it is. You want to get it so clear that it's a mind movie. Like, you don't even need to watch your computer screen. You don't need to look at your vision board anymore. You can just see it, right?
yeah,
Start living in it every single day. So thank you so much for sharing, because if you could see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hands. And the more you speak it into life, the more you speak it, especially to people who understand and support you in your dream. You don't want to speak it to those who aren't going to support you, because they can bring you the wrong direction, right? But when you
yeah,
talk to people who are going to support you in your dream, that's when you start to manifest faster, because your words create world.
yes.
Thank you. So beautiful.
Thanks.
So we might run a few minutes over here. And does anyone else want to share real quick before we move on to the affirmations? No? All right. Thank you for sharing, guys. That was perfect. It was awesome. And every one of you, if you could see it in your mind, that vision is for you. You are the only person in the world with that vision, and you were given that vision for a reason. So we've got like 4 minutes left, but if you can stay on, that would be great. If not, the replay will go out. And I do want to, for anybody who might have to jump off early, I just want to put a link up here. And this is a link to my website. And also I have a few spots available for anyone who would like to do a vision call, where you get to go a little deeper into your vision. You know, we can only go so deep when we are on here, but this link has my website and a link to schedule a call. I only have so many spots available each week. So maybe 4 or 5 spots available each week. But yeah, please go ahead and book that call. But we're going to, I'm not going to really go into page 15 right now, because it's just really discovering what you just discovered from me walking you through that exercise. And then I want you to journal around the things that I just walked you through. And so, you know, the visions that you saw, the feelings that you felt, I want you to journal around that. And then you're going to help fill out page 15 after that. Page 16, we're really going to dive into those things that we want to create in the next 3, 6, and 12 months. We're not going real far out with this vision board, right? We want to keep it really focused on the next 3, like I said, 3, 5, 6 months, and then we'll go into the 3-year goal and the 5-year goal. So that way you get some immediate feedback on those things that you're manifesting and more excitement. It's hard to get excited about manifesting something 10 years from now, right? But it's pretty easy to get excited to manifest something in 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months. So I'll have you do that after you do your journaling work there again. And then as far as your long-term goals on page 17, that's 1 or 2 long-term goals. And these could be those goals that are, 4 or 5 or 6 years out, or even 10 years, although I don't like planning out that far. I'm 57 years old. So, when I think that far ahead, I have to remember that I'm going to be 67, and I don't want to think about that right now. So it doesn't put me in a high vibe. I'll just say that, right? So I like to keep my dreaming to 3 years. And actually, I've done a lot of things that I've dreamed about, and there's still so much more. So it's always a work in progress. That's why we always want to update our vision boards. Page 18. So this is where it gets fun. What you want to do is create some high vibe daily affirmations around your vision board. You don't want 100 affirmations. You want to get it down to just a few sentences that encompass your values, that encompass your purpose, that encompass your passions, right? And so you do this by, and some of us, like the word "I'm so happy and grateful for" might have been a little overused, but you still want to start it out with "I'm so grateful," and then you can get in, you want those high vibe, high energy words that excite you. So a lot of my affirmations are oftentimes like, "I'm so excited now that I'm doing this," or like, might be like, "Now that I'm traveling the world, now that I've met the partner that I've, my soulmate," or whatever you want to refer to it as. Take Jay's case. "I am so excited to have this business in the United States. I created my $1 million," and you want it like in the present tense. "I created my $1 million and beyond." Right? So see how you can create those affirmations to serve you, so that when you do your vision board and your affirmations together get you in a high vibe like that. Because again, remember, that's where we manifest. We manifest when we are in the same vibrational level of that which we're seeking, right? Because that which we're seeking is also seeking us. Jay's hotel is seeking him. That $1 million business is seeking him, right? Lori's screenplay, soon to be on television, is seeking her. Those people who are going to see it, right? So it's getting in that vibration, right? Cammie, her artwork. Those people who are looking for that artwork are seeking her vibrationally before they can ever look for her physically, right? Tammy's a coach, same thing. Her clients are seeking her vibrationally long before she meets them. Well, maybe not. Could just be a month, could be a week, could be a day before she is seeing them in their physical form. It's first in the energetic form. So understanding that. And then just real quick, and I think we're doing pretty good. I'm only 2 minutes over, which is amazing. So if you'd like more help with the affirmations there again, you might want to book that call with me and we can work on that. For those of you that are in my current program, I have another link for all of you to book your calls. So, and then just real quick, what my coaching, or what we're going to do before I go into that is, we have a free gift for you. It's going to come on the email. It's actually a link to a Canva board that you can actually create your vision board on. And I'm going to share my screen again. Oh, I don't think I shared it the first time, but this time I can do this. Okay, this is just a vision board, and this will show you not just a vision board. Oh, I don't know what I'm sharing right now. I'll find it. Okay, here it is. Can you all see this? Can you guys? Okay. So this is what the layout of the one that we created looks like. So see, you can put some affirmations over here, and then you can put the pictures of those things that you want to do. And see how we limited, I'm going to take this off now, but see how we limited the number of items on the vision board. You don't want a cluttered vision board. You know, you'll see vision boards out there that have all kinds of stuff on them. All that clutter, all that chaos is attracting clutter and chaos into your mind, which attracts clutter and chaos into your world, right? So you want a nice, clean vision board. You want beautiful pictures that bring emotion up, right? And you want beautiful affirmations that excite you when you read them. And you want it to be like this, because you don't want to spend 15 minutes every morning saying a bazillion affirmations and trying to wade through that vision board. You want to be able to really get down to the business of manifesting, and manifesting fast. Because trust me when I tell you, all the abundance is equally present everywhere for everyone at all times. It's just learning how to tap into that. So we're going to send that out. We'll send out the replay. It's going to be up for 7 days. So you have 7 days to watch this and get any other juice out of this that you want. Like I said, if you haven't scheduled your call already, please go onto that link that I added or that I put in the chat and schedule a call. It's totally free. And just real quick, a little bit about the program if you're interested in learning more. I don't think it's all up on my website right now because I am having a new website created, although I think the programs might be on there. I don't know. Honestly, I haven't looked. That's out of my wheelhouse. That's for my project manager to take care of. But it's a 12-week program. I did not write this. This was written by 𝗕𝗶𝘀𝗶cie. She's in her 70s now. She's been doing this work for over 40 years, maybe 50 years now. This program is a 30-year-old program. It's called the Dream Builder Program, and it's helped people all over the world, like thousands of people, create a life that they love living. It is a proven system, like it's proven. And, you know, typically what happens is my participants go through once and then go back through because they really want to get the juice of it, because they're not the same people after 12 weeks that came into the program 12 weeks earlier. And actually I give everyone 13 weeks because I like to have a week to get everybody like really into the idea of how this works. It's a community. We support one another. You know, right now and this will always be, we have morning study groups. And in those study groups, we study for a half an hour. It helps get us caught up on, or helps develop the habit, I should say, of focusing on our self-development every single day. That's how you reprogram neural pathways. You don't go to a rah-rah seminar and walk away with reprogrammed neural pathways. You just walk away excited, and then you go back to being who you were before. But that daily, everyday study will change the way you look at life. And when you change the way you look at life, everything that you look at changes, right? When you see abundance, you attract abundance. When you stop seeing lack, you stop attracting lack. It's literally that simple. It comes with a curriculum, 12 weeks of audios by 𝗕𝗓𝗄𝗎. She's got at least 35 or 40 extra years of this kind of work behind her belt than what I have, but she and Bob Proctor actually got together and created a lot of these programs. And so it's just this combined knowledge. It's been around for thousands of years. It's just now it's coming out more and more thanks to Zoom and being able to do workshops like this and really getting the word out faster. So it comes with the daily audios, it comes with meditations, it comes with the morning study group, and once a week live coaching. And then of course I help all of my clients get attuned to their vision of the future. And the cost of the program is normally $999. But I do have, for those of you who sign up for the vision call, $7.99. It's a special that you get for signing up for the call and really taking action. And there's no obligation. If it's not for you, you don't have to sign up. If it is for you, that's great. I also have a discount for those people who can pay in full, but if you can't, I have very generous payment plans. So don't let those numbers hold you back. Just, do a call with me and see if it's a good fit and if we can get you really in alignment with your vision and your vision board. So with that, we are now 8 minutes over time. Does anybody have anything you'd like to share before we jump off? No? All right. Well, I want to thank you all, and I really want to honor you for taking a step toward your dream. Oh, Shelly said thank you. You're very welcome. Taking a step toward your dream, really, because even if you choose not to get on the call with me or do the program or whatever it might be, oh, you're very welcome, Lori. Whatever it is, just know that you just took the first step on the path. And if you really sink into this work and you really give it time and you really take on this vision board, because this is your life. There again, it's not like this is a trial run. No, this is the only opportunity. Oh, you're welcome, Beth. This is one life. And the last thing you want to do is lay your head down on the pillow for the final days. And oh, you're welcome, Jay. Yeah, and have any regrets, right? You want to have an impact in the world, especially on the people that you love. You want to have an impact on the world in general. So why not just take it on, break through those barriers, kill off those paradigms, rewire that neural pathway, and make it happen. So yes, thank you guys. I honor you all. The light in me sees the light in all of you. And have a beautiful Saturday afternoon. Thank you for being here. Bye, everyone.